Okay, so I'm gonna rate a bunch of the hair dyes that I've used. I know this is a different video than usual, but I thought I might as well. I've used a lot of hair dyes, been dyeing my hair for 5 years, so I might as well. I'm not a hairdresser. Do your own research, take the advice with a grain of salt, but I do know a good amount about dyeing hairs. I've been doing it for a long time. So I'm not claiming to be a professional, and I'm not claiming that what works for me will work for you, because it might not. I had blonde hair to begin with, and I have bleached my hair, so that might be why these products work so well on me. If you have darker hair, they might not work. I don't know. I've never dyed dark hair. So at the end of the video, I will be showing some photos of the different hair colors that I've had, or at least some of them. So today I'm using Manic Panic, Lizard Green, Electric Lizard or whatever, and Kiss Tintation, Hunter Green, Neon Green, and Limelight, which I already put a lot of dye in my hair when I tried to record this the first 2 times, because I fucked it up. So, I guess I'll start with the ones I'm using. I love Manic Panic. It's like $15 for 4 ounces, but it works really well. It's one of my favorites. It obviously, all of these dyes will stain your skin a little bit if you don't use gloves, like I'm not, but, I usually don't use gloves if I'm not using any bleach, and I'm not using any bleach today, so that's why I'm not wearing gloves. It does stain your hands, but it comes out quickly, and it doesn't stain them very badly. So I would say Manic Panic, 10 out of 10. The only issue is it is expensive, and you get not very much. But I love it. It works great. The color comes out bright. The color stays in long, and it didn't stain, like, my shower or my sheets. So then the Kiss Tintation. I also really like this. I like the bottle shape better. I prefer a bottle to, like, a jar, just because I think it's more convenient. This is what it looks like. I won't have all of them in person, but I really like the Hunter Green. I don't like the Limelight as much. It's very light, comes out a little bit yellowish. I've used it with just that on my hair. It didn't come out great. But I like mixing it with the Hunter Green because it kind of takes a little bit of the Hunter Green comes out a little bit blue. And the Limelight comes out a little yellow. So I mix them to make like a better green so it comes out closer to the Neon Green. I would say this is a 9 out of 10. Doesn't last as long, but kind of, it does stain. Like, most of these will, like, permanently be in your hair, but I mean, doesn't last as long as it fades. I didn't dye my eyebrows, I just had makeup on. So I would say 9 out of 10. I really do recommend these. They're cheaper. They're like $6 for 6 ounces or 8 ounces, whereas Manic Panic is $15 for 4. So this is cheaper. I got it on Amazon. I got this at Hot Topic, I think. Maybe Sally's, I don't remember. But this is really good. I would recommend this, especially if you are looking for a cheaper hair dye to use. This is how I always dye my hair, by the way. I know it's not the right way, but I just do it like I'm shampooing my hair, and then I leave it in for like an hour because there's no bleach. So I don't care how long I leave it in. So let me put on music. So, Joico hair color intensity. I don't know how it's pronounced, but the brand is spelled Joico. Joico, but it's color intensity hair dye. I use that in purple, and I loved it. It was one of my favorites. The color came out super bright. I want to add a little bit more Hunter Green, but the color came out super bright, and I loved it. It lasted a long time. I think it did stain my hair pretty bad, but it didn't stain my skin for a long time, and it didn't stain my house. Like, a lot of these dyes will stain your bathtub, but this didn't. Arctic Fox. Arctic Fox is so good. I love it. It is definitely one of my favorite dyes. It's a little bit thicker, so it's not like, it doesn't run down your head like this is on mine, but I've used, they have really great neon colors. I've used their pink and their yellow, which I'm going to show a picture of later, but it came out great. It fades slowly, it lasts a long time, and it covered all of my old hair dye pretty well. Next is Good Dye Young. Back to Arctic Fox. Arctic Fox I've used in blue, pink, neon yellow, and regular yellow. And I love it. It's one of my favorites. So Good Dye Young is by far the worst dye I've ever used in my life. It it stained my shower. My shower, like the bottom of my shower is blue. And that's the only thing that's ever stained my shower. It's like really runny. I just did like highlights of it and it stained my entire head. So I accidentally dyed my whole head blue when I meant to just do highlights because it ran while I was letting it like sit in my hair. I'm trying to spread the color now, but it ran really badly and it was just really hard to work with. And I like dyed my hair outside and then it stained my bathroom inside while I was washing my hair. Back up to terrible hair dyes, Splat. I know. I loved Splat when I first started dyeing my hair. And I know a lot of people that do love Splat when they first start dyeing their hair, but then if you ever want to get it out and change the color, you can't. You have to wait for that shit to grow out. And it gets on everything. It's really liquidy. It's like the consistency of food dye. It will stain everything but your hair sometimes. Like it barely works. But it does if you put a lot of it on, and it's kind of cheap and you can get it at CVS, but do not get it. It's not worth it. Just order something on Amazon that's better. And it's also like too expensive to be that bad. And it stained my sink, which is probably my fault because I put the bottle down directly on my sink and that stained it. But it's really runny and like drips everywhere. I tried the L'Oreal Colorista hair dye. That shit sucks. It didn't do anything. It did not color my hair. And I had like bleach blonde hair at that point. And it didn't do shit. But, so that was kind of cool. So that, if you want something like really, really temporary, it looks like I got dye in my eyebrows, so I promise it's makeup. But like if you want like a really shitty dye, I would get that. I'm talking over the music and I don't know if this is gonna sound worse or better, but I'm not re-recording this. So, Splat bleach fucking sucks. L'Oreal bleach does not work on dyed hair. If you're gonna dye, like if you want your hair blonde and you haven't dyed your hair before, use L'Oreal, it's fine for that. You might have to do it a few times because it's a low volume developer, I think. But the best, the best bleach for dyed hair, I'm skipping the song. Oh no, I'm not. Okay, it's fine. The best bleach for like already dyed hair, I think, and you do have to be careful with it because they sell it in different volumes and you don't want to fry your hair, so you have to like actually do research and learn what you're doing. But it's Manic Panic bleach. I've used their 20 volume, their 30 volume, and their 40 volume bleach, and I think that's all of them that they have on different occasions, and I've loved all of them. It does dry out your hair a lot because it is bleach, but it really did work. It worked like really well, and it got all of the color out, and it is more expensive, but I burned my ears with it. Full disclosure, I burned my ears with it, but that was my fault, because I accidentally got it on my ears. So, that was my fault, but I think that's like the only bleach that I would recommend for dyed hair. Like if you're gonna bleach your own hair and it's already dyed, I would do that if you want to get it out like quick. So that's like pretty much all I have to say for dyes. I haven't tried too many because I tend to stick with the ones that I like. And it's starting to rain. It's fucking, can you see it? I don't know if you can see it, but it's starting to rain. It's fine, it's just drizzling. So I'm just gonna repeat my list of best to worst. Manic Panic, Kiss Temptation, Arctic Fox, Color Intensity, Splat, Colorista, Good Dye Young. Best to worst. Bleaches, Manic Panic, L'Oreal, Splat. Those are the only bleaches I've tried. I always use Manic Panic on my hair. For bleach at least. Which is more expensive, but it's worth it. So that's all I have to say about that, but I'm going to show you some of the, if you're interested in sticking around, some of the hair colors that I've had. Some of my favorites, at least. I took a bunch of screenshots and photos of other photos. So this was my hair at peak neon green. My hair's gonna be a little darker this time. That is not my cat, that's somebody else's cat. I don't really want to explain the photos. That's just my room. This is one of my favorites. I used Arctic Fox for this one. So it's pink, you can't really see, I couldn't find a good picture of it, but it's pink at the top, pink at my roots, and then yellow at the bottom. And I loved that hair color. It didn't last very long because yellow fades fast, but this was some of my best work. I know my hair's really messy in this picture, but I love the color that I did with this. I need to finish this up because it's raining harder, but I love the like pink purple in the back and the blue in the front. That's the same picture as before. Full blue hair, I loved it. It faded really nicely and it looked really good. I don't want to explain my face in this photo or the bird on my head, but you can't really see, but pink, blue. Not my best work, gonna be honest. And my hair's also really dirty in that photo. This is me when I was really little, when I was blonde before I started dyeing my hair. I think I'm like 5 in that photo. This is my 2020 school photo. It's just taken at a really weird angle, the photo in a frame. It's faded pink and blue. This was when I was 12. The first time second time I dyed my whole head. My hair is long. I love the color. That color was on accident though. It's raining so hard. Dark red and dark blue. Coral pink. Darker pink, and that's it. I gotta go fucking inside.